Hi, my name is Ahmad Zaim, and today I will do a presentation about barnacles with other two presenters, which are Hariqh and Daniel. Let's begin. In this presentation, we'll cover the introduction of the barnacles, morphology, relationship that they have toward the ecosystem, effect toward ecosystem, threats, and conservation effort. Barnacles are fascinating marine crustacean closely related to crabs and lobster, known for their ability to attach permanently to hard surface like rocks, ship hulls, and marine animals. Characterized by hard calcareous shell, they remain sessile fixed as an adult and begin their life cycle with a free-swimming larvae stage called nauplus, which develop into clypid larvae that settle and attach to surface. Fatty cilia used to capture plankton and detritus, cleaning the water, supporting the marine's food web, and providing habitat for small organisms, which boosts marine biodiversity. Barnacles have a significant economic impact due to biofouling, where their accumulation on ship hulls, increasing fuel consumption and maintenance costs, necessitating anti-fouling measures. They are of great interest in scientific researchers for insight into marine biology, ecology, and natural adhesion process. The fun fact about barnacles, other than this explanation, they are actually hermaphroditic, having both male and female sex organ and cross-fertilize with its neighbor. And they also has semen glands in their antenna, produce a brown adhesive that binds barnacles to hard surface. This strong adhesive is resistant to acid and alkalis, allowing it to hold the barnacle shells base to surface long after the barnacles dies.
Hello, so barnacles are fascinating marine crustaceans with distinctive morphological features and specific habitat preference. So the morphology is the calcareous plates. Barnacle possess hard and calcareous plate that forms a protective of the layer. These plates include the carina rostrum and several pair of lateral plates. The next one is chiri. Barnacles have specialized feathery appendages called chiri. These are extended from the shell to filter plankton and other food particles from the water. The next one is the peduncle, which is stalk. In stalk barnacles, which is gooseneck barnacles, there is a flexible fleshy stalk called the peduncle that attach the barnacles to the substrate. The next one is the base. Sessile barnacle, which is acorn barnacles, have a broad base that cements directly to the surface. And lastly, the barnacles part is operculum. This is an opening that on top of the shell that can be closed with movable plates to protect barnacles when it's not feeding. So, for the habitat and niches, the first one is the intertidal. Many barnacle species are commonly found in the intertidal, where they attach to the rocks, piers, bone, and other hard substances. These are adapted with withstand varying conditions such as an exposure to the air, changes in temperature, and wave action. The next zone is the subtidal zones. Some barnacles inhabit subtidal zones, attaching to the submerged surface and often found in the deeper water. The third one is the symbiotic relationship. Certain barnacles have symbiotic relationship with marine animal. For example, barnacles attached to the skin of the whales, and turtle barnacles attached to the sea shells of the turtles. Next, the floating object. Some barnacle species, such as those in the genus Lipas, attach to the floating object like driftwoods, boyos, and even debris, taking advantage of their mobility to access new areas for feeding. And the last one is the man-made structure. Barnacle frequently colonize man-made structures such as ships, hulls, which can lead to biofouling and affecting the efficiency of longevity of the vessel.
Animals rely on one another to survive. They function together in a variety of ways. They can also work against each other. Symbiosis refers to any association or interaction between two distinct species. The type of symbiosis relies on whether one or both organisms profit from one another. There are four types of symbiosis: mutualism, commercialism, parasitism, and competition. Barnacles have a unique relationship with another species of marine animal. This is because when it comes to barnacles and whales, the barnacles gain an advantage over the whales biologically, but the whales do not suffer any harm. We refer to this kind of symbiotic interaction as a commercialism. In this instance, the barnacles' attachment to the whales provides them with a stable home, a free ride, and a plenty of food. However, barnacles can also form a parasitism relationship with other animals. For example, a type of barnacles known as circulina infects crabs and then uses behavioral manipulation to its advantage, all to the harms of the unwary crab. A barnacle may take root in the reproductive system of a crab. The crab experiences significant reduction in its ability to reproduce even though it does not perish from this contact. This kind of relationship will be harmful to the population of the crab species. In conclusion, barnacles show two kinds of symbiotic relationship depending on the type of animal it's come contact with.
Everything has its pros and cons, just like barnacles also have a positive and negative impact toward the local ecosystem. For the positive effect, barnacles actually have an essential filtering for organisms in the food chain, consume plankton and dissolve detritus, helping cleanse the water for the other marine organisms. So also, they serve as a food source for various animals and also maintaining the balance of the marine ecosystem. For the negative effect, when the barnacles have in a large colonies, it can cause ships to drag and burn more fuel. Significant economic and environmental costs due to increased fuel consumption. For example, the US Navy estimate heavy barnacles growth on the ship increases weight and drag by up to 60%, resulting in up to 40% increase in fuel consumption. That's all from me. I will pass on to next presenter.
The classic example of competitive dominance in the marine ecosystem is found in the balanoid barnacles that live along rocky shores. Through their rapid growth and firm attachment, these barnacles often undercut and overgrow the giddis thalamus, forcing it to the upper fringe of the intertidal zone, where balanoids are not able to live due to physiological limitations. Other forms of competition over resource of barnacles are sea columna and Hippopela plicata compete for settlement areas due to competition from mussels, oysters, and algae. There is less rock available for barnacle colonization at lower cost levels.
So here we're gonna talk about the potential threats. First and foremost, of course, is the pollution. All spills, chemical contaminants, and plastic debris can negatively impact barnacles population, particularly those in the coastal area. Pollutions can affect their ability to feed and reproduce. The second threat is the climate change. Changes in the sea temperature, ocean acidification, and rising sea levels can affect barnacle distribution and survival. The third one is the habitat destruction. Coastal development, dredging, and other human activities can destroy or alter their habitats where barnacles thrive. Next is the invasive species. Non-native species can compete with barnacles for space and resource. Some invasive species may also prey on barnacles or introduce disease. So the last one is the overharvesting. While not a widespread issue, certain barnacle species are harvested for food in some region, which can lead to localized population declines. About the IUCN status, as for now, specific barnacle species are not commonly evaluated or listed on the IUCN Red List. However, the health of barnacle population can be indicative of broader marine environmental conditions. And of course, monitoring barnacles and their habits can help scientists understand and mitigate the impact of various ecological.
With the population size of the barnacles still rising, the International Union for Conservation of Nature (IUCN) lists the species conservation status as being of least concern (LC). There are no conservation efforts for barnacles. However, barnacles and their colonies face numerous challenges in the ocean, just like many other animals and shells. This includes ocean acidification, ship drownings, damage from maritime construction, and marine debris, a process that happens in combination with climate change and endangers the ability of the animals to retain and build their calcium carbonate skeleton. All of us can contribute to the survival of these amazing creatures and the ecosystem that they depend on by cutting back on our plastic consumption, conserving energy, selecting sustainably farmed seafood, and advocating for laws that promote the preservation of invertebrates, habitat restoration, and water quality. In summary, barnacles are amazing marine animals distinguished by their powerful elastic properties, tough calcareous shells, and effective filter feeding system with specialized appendages called cirri. They are capable of forming symbiotic relationships with other marine organisms and have a complex life cycle that includes a free-swimming larval stage. Although barnacles are crucial to the environment, they can create biofouling on ship hulls, which increase fuel consumption. Being highly versatile, they can survive in a variety of marine habitats and are hermaphrodites, allowing them to fertilize each other when they are in close proximity. Therefore, marine biologists and material scientists are interested in studying barnacles because of their exceptional combination of biological inventiveness and adaptability. Lastly, it will be a pity to lose these magnificent animals.